Wizard versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
I will fight with honor.
Looks like we have a Control Paladin versus a Tempo Mage. He's got 2 Babbling Books in his opening hand, along with an Arcanologist and a, what's it called? Flame Wreath Portal? Flaming Portal? Everflame Portal? I should really know what it's called by now. Not used to reading it upside down. Fireplanes Portal? Firelands Portal, of course. Anyway, Firelands Portal. Surprised he didn't throw that back. Decides to coin out the Arcanologist to get a secret in his hand. He has a second Arcanologist as well, so he just wants to get as many secrets and spells in his hand as possible. Djuka, in the early game, goes for Doomsayer. Wants to prevent his opponent from playing anything. Djuka also has 2 True Silver Champions. Great for removing threats. Have nothing to play on turn 3 except for another Doomsayer if he chooses it. He's really gambling on Marsius not having anything late game. That he's making his opponent wait through his turns. Nope, he goes for Hero Power instead. Meanwhile, Marsius on turn 3 is going to play a Babbling Book or 2, possibly an Arcanologist instead. Gets himself, looks like a Forbidden Flame. Next secret he gets is the Ice Block. So he has his late game all set up. Djuka might use one of his True Silver Champions to remove the Arcanologist. He's got 2 of them. Decides to instead use Doomsayer, and then possibly, yep, Hero Power in case the Doomsayer does not survive. Turn 4. Forbidden Flame will not remove the Doomsayer. Decides instead to Ice Block, and attack with the Arcanologist before it goes away. Turn 5, Djuka is going to use Stonehill Defender, give himself a taunt minion for later on. He's going to hope for Tyrion. He gets Sunkeeper Tarim, probably, or possibly the Psychotron. Sunkeeper Tarim on the next turn, keeps up with tempo.
Reporting for duty.
Plus buffs up his Silverhand Recruit at the very least. Marsius on turn 5 goes for the Medivh's Valet. No, goes for Babbling Book first, wants to see if it's going to help him. Medivh's Valet is the Stonehill Defender, then Hero Powers it going. Djuka might not want to Sunkeeper Tower him this turn. Fact is, he'd be buffing his opponent's minions more than his own. He could use Stampeding Kodo, but he'd be leaving 1 mana unused. If he's going to use Stampeding Kodo, he definitely wants to remove the Babbling Book. Marsius' board is nice and clean again. He wants to hold on to the Gluttonous Ooze for when his opponent uses one of his True Silver Champions. Or maybe he'll use it right now. He's got Mirror Entity. Doesn't want to use Volcanic Potion. He's going to use Fireball to remove the Stampeding Kodo. Or, no, Firelands Portal is still 1 turn away. If he wants the full value off of it, he's going to... Nope, he's going to attack face. He'll start working the face. Meanwhile, Djuka can use one of his True Silver Champions. Start working the face himself. Does he use Outdoor Peacekeeper? He does. Just wants a 3/3 minion on the board. Marsius can use Gluttonous Ooze right now. Decides to use Firelands Portal instead. Gets a great card. The Spikehorn Hatchling? Sorry, Direhorn Hatchling. Hydrologist, probably gonna get the Getaway Kodo. Gets the Getaway Kodo. Calls out Sunkeeper Tarim. Then decides to trade with his weapon against the Direhorn Hatchling. Leaving the Outdoor Peacekeeper at face. Turn 8. Marsius, up at the top. Could use Firelands Portal to remove one of the 3/3 minions. Could use Volcanic Potion. Doesn't... Well, he can't use Alexstrasza. He also has Frostbolt. Whatever he kills...
What to do? What to do?
He doesn't have any spell damage, so Volcanic Potion won't kill anything on its own. He could use Volcanic Potion, Hero Power to remove the Hydrologist, or the Outdoor Peacekeeper. Gluttonous Ooze gets no value. Could call out Mirror Entity.
I wonder.
Could use 2 of his secrets and then Hero Power.
Time runs out on
Could use Forbidden Flame to remove Sunkeeper Tarim. Gets Booty Bay Bodyguard. Not good.
Follow the rules.
Djuka uses Outdoor Peacekeeper, removing the threat that was the Booty Bay Bodyguard. Then plays Getaway Kodo, assuming, well, no matter what he gets thrown back in his hand, it's still pretty good value. He's probably assuming that the Sunkeeper Tarim will be killed first. He's also still playing around Meteor. He's very worried about Meteor killing all of his minions if he leaves Sunkeeper Tarim in the center.
I wonder.
He's got no additional spell damage, so Volcanic Potion again won't kill anything. Goes for Meteor. Which minion gets it? Is it the leftmost or just the one that got hit first? Nope, it's the leftmost minion. Outdoor Peacekeeper bounces back to the hand. Gluttonous Ooze takes out the weapon. Marsius is trying to keep alive. He's got plenty of late game spells and smaller minion removals. Djuka has a Boar Clear in hand. Combo of Equality into Primordial Drake. Does he trade away the Outdoor Peacekeeper to get rid of the Gluttonous Ooze? Does he hit face? Kind of an awkward hand to have in the situation. The Stampeding Kodo can't kill anything. And this late in the game, he's not likely to run anything else that can be killed by Stampeding Kodo, aside from another Medivh's Valet, or another Arcanologist. Since I believe we've already seen both Arcanologists used, memory's faulty, might not be true.
Reporting for duty.
There's also Mono Worms and other things that could show up. Uses Forbidden Flame to remove the Primordial Drake. Djuka gets Forbidden Healing, allowing him to bounce back if things get dire later on. Goes to Reinforce, and then leaves 8 mana unspent. Djuka's being patient. Marsius, Arcane Intellect's out a Fireball, and a Mono Worm. There's the Mono Worm, and then Mirror Entity. Still a prime target for Stampeding Kodo. Djuka has to weigh his options. He uses it now, it's gonna get mirrored. It's not that big a deal though.
Reporting for duty.
Decides it's not worth it to use Outdoor Peacekeeper on the Stampeding Kodo. Marsius could use Primordial Glyph. He gets Greater Arcane Missiles for only 5 mana. Doesn't want to bother with Shatter. Spellbender? Well, he could redirect a Blessing of Kings if he uses that. Decides to play it immediately. Now, is that only if you place it on a minion or just a target? Nope, just minions. So if he placed, if he tried Forbidden Healing on himself, it would still happen to himself, but it would not, it would not bounce onto the Spellbender. Has to be targeted on a minion for that to happen. So Blessing of Kings, that would bounce.
Let me.
But Forbidden Healing on his own face, that would not.
Like to play with fire? Put your faith in the light.
Calls out Tyrion. He could use Volcanic Potion into Flame Strike. And then if he trades, that will clear the board. He also has Frostbolt that will at least freeze it up. Decides to Fireball it. Does not have another Gluttonous Ooze though, so will not kill off the Ashbringer. It is Ashbringer, right? Yep, Ashbringer. That's a relief. Djuka is frozen. He cannot use his weapon. He might want to use Forbidden Healing. He could also board clear with Equality. If he uses Forbidden Healing, then he can trade his minions away to get rid of the Kodo. He attacks first, meaning he's going to use Equality. Clears the board away. Then uses Ivory Knight to get himself a decent spell. If Marsius has 2 fireballs, he's won the game. Ooh, not good. Gets Blessing of Kings. And that's going to get Spellbent if he casts it. This is a very interesting combination now. Marsius is going to get a lot of potential value from that Blessing of Kings once it's cast. Djuka is not keeping track of his opponent's spells. He's assuming that it's just an ice block. When in fact, has Marsius even played one of his ice blocks? Yes, one of his ice blocks has been played. A mirror entity has already been used too.
I wonder.
Decides to use Frostbolt, freezes up the Ashbringer for another turn, then just keeps hitting face. Will Djuka use Blessing of Kings? He's afraid. He does not have lethal. If he had his weapon, he'd have lethal if Blessing of Kings didn't get redirected. He's going to use Blessing of Kings. It's going to get redirected by Spellbender.
I wonder.
One of the few times Spellbender actually helps. Does he do it? If he had the Ashbringer and Spellbender wasn't there, Blessing of Kings and Consecration would win the game.
Let me think.
Instead, he decides to Forbidden Heal himself. He's worried about Counterspell, but he's casted plenty of spells already.
I must move quickly.
Counterspell is the right move here. If he somehow guessed that Spellbender was coming,
Let me think.
he has to do something.
Reporting for duty.
Heals himself back up to 27 health. Marsius has an ice block along with another ice block in his hand.
A game? So kind of you to join me.
He gets the weapon. Gluttonous Ooze will be used to get rid of the weapon, though. Marsius is not afraid. Djuka uses up one of his... Oh, gets eye for an eye. Meaning that if Marsius uses a, let's say, fireball on him, or really any attack, it'll bounce back and hit him.
Follow the rule.
Has to make sure that he actually plays it, though. Destroys the weapon, and plays eye for an eye. This'll be it. If Marsius does any damage to Djuka's face at all, the game is over. It'll bypass secrets. There's nothing Marsius can do. He would need some armor. Or just play Alexstrasza.
What to do?
He's worried it might be Repentance. Repentance will bring down Alexstrasza's health to just 1, making it very vulnerable. Decides to go for a Primordial Glyph first. But if he does that, Alexstrasza will no longer be usable. In any case, He needs to use Ice Block. Otherwise, he will die in this next turn.
Time runs out on me.
Marsius is running out of time. What will he do? Does he Ice Block? Does he save his own face? Decides to go for Fireball. Then Medivh Valets, he's going to use it on Aldor.
You are on fire.
And then he will Hero Power into the Hydrologist. Was very worried he's going to hit Djuka's face. Remember, any damage at all that Marsius does to Djuka's face gets bounced back and kills Marsius.
The menagerie is for guests only.
Djuka gets himself a Primordial Drake off the Curator. Then kills Medivh.
Reporting for duty.
Marsius gets himself Ice Barrier. Not enough to survive, though. Wait, Ice Barrier would only be 3 mana, leaving with 7 mana. No, that's still not enough, even if he Flame Strikes. He will Fireball it, though. This is an incredibly close match. Djuka uses Consecration. Seeing as how he did not attack Marsius. Not personally, anyway. Ice Barrier does not take any effect. And Djuka wins the first round. Excellent close match. Able to avoid Spellbender and Eye for an Eye. Not an easy task.
Rexa versus Magni.
Looks to be, yep,
Modern.
Taunt Quest Warrior versus Mid-Range Hunter. Hunter's been having a bit of a... would you call it a comeback? Anyway, you're seeing a lot more Hunter in the ranks now. With Adapt and the Beasts helping each other out. It's pretty much replacing what the Dragon synergy was for Priest. Odette Marsius is going to hold on to his quest. Going to get himself a Bloodhoof Brave. Going to play it immediately, not even going to wait for his turn. Gets the Primordial Drake back on turn 1. Down at the bottom, Djuka has coin. He's going to use the Jewel Macaw, though. Wants to get himself some more beasts. Can then adapt the Jewel Macaw on the next turn. He believes that Marsius will not be playing any pirates, so he decides to instead coin out the Golakka Crawler. Since Taunt Quest Warriors typically don't run pirates. Marsius instead gets Fiery War Axe, gets rid of the Golakka Crawler, which Djuka was hoping to adapt using the Crackling Razor Maw. Turn 2, Djuka going to probably use the Jewel Macaw, wants to bait out his the next weapon charge from Marsius. Does not want to spend his Scavenging Hyena yet. He might want to use Crackling Razor Maw.
I wonder.
The thing is, on turn 3, he could use the Crackling Razor Maw with the Jewel Macaw.
Job done.
Gets himself a Nesting Rock. Not a bad thing to get from the Jewel Macaw. Ravaging Ghoul takes care of the Jewel Macaw, though. Very quick response from Marsius. Djuka on turn 4 could play Bloodhoof Brave. Seeing as how if he gets any damage at all without dying, gets +3 attack. Meanwhile, Djuka could power up one of his Scavenging Hyenas, or both Scavenging Hyenas. If he manages to Crackling Razor Maw, adapt the Rat Pack, giving it, let's say, Poisonous, it'll take out the Bloodhoof Brave immediately.
I wonder.
He could also just kill command it. Just use kill command on the Bloodhoof Brave, then trade the rat against it. That'd leave 1 mana unused. Depends on how much mana he wants to use up this turn. Gets, ooh, not what he wanted. He could go for the summon the 2 1/1 plants, assuming that at least 2 of them survive.
Quickly.
See, attacking it would turn into a 5/5. If at least 2 minions survive the next turn, Djuka can use Nesting Rock for its full effect. Marsius, not concerned about card draw, although should he be? He only has 3 cards in hand. Uses up the slam on it.
Astounding.
Spends his entire board getting rid of most of Djuka's board. Since both plants did survive, Djuka's going to get Nesting Rock to have taunt. However, Marsius on turn 6 will have Ornery Direhorn, which will get to adapt once. Probably going to go for the health adaptation, or possibly Liquid Membrane, making it immune to all spells or hero powers, so Kill Command can't take it out. Decides not to use Nesting Rock. Instead, fills the board with a bunch of beasts, so Kill Command can get the full value for 10 attack. Marsius has Dirty Rat, thinking that, of course, Djuka is going to have Savannah Highman on turn 6, probably not going to use it. Marsius uses Slam to get rid of the Scavenging Hyena. Again, no card draw. Marsius still has plenty of high-cost minions, though, so card draw really isn't a big concern for him. Djuka turn 6, he could use Nesting Rock right now, or he could use Kill Command. He wants to save that for a finisher, though. With Rat Pack on the board, even if the board gets cleared, the rats will probably remain. Ravaging Ghoul clears most of the board, if he uses it. Does he want to instead use Dirty Rat first, drawing out something so it can take an additional damage? What will he do?
So many choices.
Goes for Ravaging Ghoul first. And leaves 2 mana unused. He's really afraid of a Savannah Highmane appearing. Without 2 minions on the board anymore, Nesting Rock no longer gets full value unless he attacks with Rat Pack first. He decides not to. Marsius down to just 20 health. If he gets brought down to 10, 1 beast plus 2 kill commands will be it. And Djuka will take the second round. Marsius is currently at, as far as his quest, 1 taunt minion summoned. He has a total of 4 in hand right now. He could call out the Primordial Drake.
So many choices.
Calls out the Ornery Direhorn first. He's looking for health or spell immunity. He gets both. He can pick whichever one he wants. Goes for the health. He's unaware of any kill commands in Djuka's hand. Djuka gets Houndmaster. He can use it on the Nesting Rock right now. Would not be enough for lethal. Could also just draw a card with Flare.
I wonder.
Again, he still needs his opponent to be down to 10 health, and then have 1 beast on the board for the kill commands to kill him. Meanwhile, Marsius is only, looks like 2 minions into his quest right now. He's got 3 taunt minions in hand. He's nowhere near finishing the quest. He'll likely use Hero Power plus the Curator on the next turn to draw more cards.
Quickly.
Chooses to let dogs out, then uses one of the kill commands to remove the Ornery Direhorn. Marsius lost one of his kill commands in that planned attack. Sorry, not Marsius. Djuka lost one of his kill commands in that planned attack. Marsius, thinking, okay, if he would have had Savannah Highmane, he would have called it out by now. Maybe I should just use Dirty Rat. That's what he does. He's 3 minions into it. Now 4. Draws himself another Ornery Direhorn and another Primordial Drake. Djuka, his nesting rock, would now get full taunt. He could then use that and kill command and a couple of trades to remove at least one of the taunts. In all this confusion, he should not forget to hero power too. It's the small health chipping that really takes away the game. Gets Alley Cat. He wants to hold on to that for a kill command synergy. Uses the second nesting rock. Does he trade? He's worried. He's worried that there's going to be another Ravaging Ghoul that's going to take out his Houndmaster if he just trades against the Dirty Rat. Trades with the rat, gets rid of it. Meanwhile, Marsius can get himself 5 more armor right now. That would be 5? Yep, 5 minions into his quest. He can do it next turn. He can complete the quest next turn with the Ornery Direhorn and Tar Creeper. Meanwhile, Savannah Highmane finally appears. Djuka trades with the Curator, getting rid of it. Could also trade away the nesting rock. Decides instead to hero power. Then he waits on the Alley Cat. He wants to make sure he has a beast on the board for kill command if things get that way. Up at the top, he can finish the quest right now with Tar Creeper and Ornery Direhorn. He want to go with Divine Shield, protecting it from being killed by the Savannah Highmane. Decides to wait on finishing the quest. He knows he can get the quest and the weapon on the next turn if he uses Tar Creeper then. If he trades the Nesting Rock with the Ornery Direhorn, he can then use Kill Command to remove it. He's got to be careful. He has to get rid of this Armorsmith too. What is the highest priority target? Obviously, he's going to leave the Armorsmith alive for now. If he intended on killing the Armorsmith, he would have just killed it first, preventing more armor from stacking up. Marsius, turn 10, going to use Tar Creeper. Nope, Primordial Drake, looking to clear out the majority of the board. Fire Plume's heart has been fulfilled. Sulfuras is now there. Marsius is taking the lead. Djuka, despite still being at full health, is running out of options. What can he get from Jeweled Macaw? Gets a Stampeding Kodo. Great against an Alley Armorsmith. Does he trade? Nope. Knowing full well that Sulfuras is coming on the next turn, he wants as many small-time targets as possible. Now even the Kodo isn't going to get enough value if it doesn't hit the Alley Armorsmith. If it takes out the Tar Creeper, that's really no good for him. Gets himself Leok. Probably wanted to trade before he did this. No, wait, it's just 2 or less attack. I thought it was 3 or less attack for a second. My apologies. Marsius still has the advantage. If he uses Sulfuras now, he can get rid of Leok, guaranteeing that, nope, was going to say guaranteeing that the hero power would at least take out the Kodo or hit his opponent's face.
Gadgets and steel.
Hungry Crab. No Murlocs to eat. Trades with the Tar Creeper. Marsius likely going to just hit with his weapon. He might want a hero power before he uses Sulfuras. Again, if I'm saying any of these names wrong, please correct me. If it's Sulfuras, or Sulfurus, let me know. Gets Tundra Rhino, not in any sort of capacity that's going to help him, though.
I can see.
And Marsius takes the second round. It's now 1-1. Two legendary players, judging by the card backs. Both playing very competitive, I don't know, complicated control decks. Ones that would not hold my attention very long if I were using them. Control Paladin, Quest Warrior. I've yet to see a Time Warp Mage in this tournament. And no Caverns Below Rogue. Zero Quest Rogue. We've only watched maybe generously 10% of the matches because we can only watch one at a time, but still.
Begin.
In all the competitive matches we've seen, zero Rogue. No Miracle, no Quest. And no Warlock either. None of the new Handlock, and definitely none of the new Quest. So Djuka, great opening for a mid-range Hunter. Out the top, Marsius, great opening for a Tempo Mage. Going to coin into Arcanologist. No, instead he's going to use Mana Worm, hoping that Djuka will trade against it. And since he will, Djuka will get a 6/4 Scavenging Hyena. Sort of greedy, but that kind of opening play would be very helpful. Does he do it? It's a very greedy opening play. See, if Marsius has Frostbolt, he can kill it immediately.
An incredible discovery.
Instead, uses Arcanologist, gets Ice Block, then hits face. He can now, Djuka can now use Unleash the Hounds, attacking again his opponent's minions, getting 2 more buffs to his Scavenging Hyena, which Marsius makes short work of when he gets his, when he coins into, Fireball on the next turn. The names of everything escape me from him. Djuka with a massive lead coming in, then gets blocked by the Fireball. Hyena's gone. Turn 4, not much for Djuka to deal with. You go for Hungry Crab. He has no Murlocs to eat, though. Let's go with another Scavenging Hyena. Likely to be hit by, on turn 4, just going to get traded with the Arcanologist. And then probably just use Hero Power to hit face. From this point forward...
You are on fire.
No, he's going to leave the Medea's Valet out there. I was going to wait a turn and use it in conjunction with the Ice Block. He has a second Medea's Valet, though. Djuka, on turn 5, going to likely use the Hungry Crab along with the Infested Wolf. Decides to throw out the Nesting Rock first. For 5 mana, it's not bad value.
You want to cast a spell? I want to cast a spell.
Marsius gets himself, is that a Shatter or a Mana Bind? That's a Mana Bind. And uses Fireball and Trade to remove the Nesting Rock. Djuka still has a massive life lead. Marsius has plenty of late-game spells to keep himself alive.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
And since Mage isn't known for running a bunch of taunts outside of possibly Mirror Image, the Black Knight will probably not see any play here. Is that just enemy minions? Yes, just enemy minions with taunt. Sometimes I forget to clarify enemy minions versus any kind of minion. Plays Meteor. Didn't matter what the orientation of his minions was. Meteor would have killed all of them anyway.
None shall.
Djuka plays Black Knight. Decent threat unless Marsius can somehow get himself a Firelands portal. He does not. Instead, he's going to use Cabal Courier, hoping to draw something that can remove it. Could get Forbidden Ritual going on. He doesn't want to bait out his opponent's Unleash the Hounds if he has one. He does have spells, but he doesn't have enough mana to cast it in conjunction with the Demented Frostbringer. Instead, decides to polymorph and trade. Now the Bound Djuka still needs 9 damage. So he throws out Jewel Macaw, hoping for some sort of damaging... Whoa! Swamp King Dread, making his premiere. Swamp King Dread appears. Unfortunately, with no additional minions to really hit, he could just summon his next 2 minions, taking out most of his health. Still, that's a lot to give up, just take out one 9/9 minion. It forced Marsius to use a whole lot of spells. And decides not to use Ice Block. Does he have another one? No, he does not.
Job's done.
Getting pretty dangerously close to dying for Marsius. However, with Demented Frostcaller, the risk did pay off. For if he had used Ice Block on the previous turn, he would be unable to use it this turn, meaning that nothing would get frozen. And there goes the first Ice Block. What will he get with Crackling Rage? He's got Wind Fury, Stealth. Stealth might be the best one. Djuka might have this all wrapped up. Plenty of spells though, which means plenty of frozen minions. He makes sure to trade before that happens though. He doesn't want to freeze when he's already going to attack. He did not want to freeze the face though. Manages to freeze the stealth minion. So Djuka cannot attack with anything on the next turn. He still has his hero power though, which will take care of the next Ice Block.
Job's done.
Second Ice Block is gone. No more Ice Blocks at all. He'll need a Primordial Glyph to get himself another one. He does not get it. He kill commands away the... Nope, decides to use it on the face instead. See, Ice Barrier only works if you're attacking. Hero powers will not proc it. Djuka takes the second, well, his second win in the third round. This will be match point for Djuka. He just outpaced that Tempo Mage. Marsius still made all the right moves.
You asked for it.
For Doomhammer.
It would appear that Marsius is returning to the Tempo Mage. Meanwhile, Djuka using his good old reliable mid-range Jade Shaman. Can't call it aggro if it has 7 mana chieftains in it. Meanwhile, quick update. Jack has defeated like a mage in the 3rd and 4th place finisher. Beat him 3-1, in case you guys were wondering. Congratulations to Jack. Good games to both competitors. 3rd and 4th place has been decided. So, unfortunately, we can't cover it. It's already happened. Meanwhile, Djuka, looking at his cards, imagining what kind of things are about to happen, holds on to 1 Maelstrom Portal and the Jinyu Water Speaker.
You apart.
Marsius already throwing down the threats. In his opening hand, ooh, he gets Mana Worm. He'll probably use Arcanologist on the next turn. Meanwhile, Djuka coins out, I'm gonna guess Jade Claws? It means he can't use anything else on the next turn if he does that. Just what he does, though. Still have a weapon for the next turn. Marsius weighing his options. He could... He goes for the Arcanologist. I was going to say he could use the Primordial Glyph, hopefully roll a mirror image. No cards he can use on this turn. Djuka defers to his opponent. Meanwhile, Marsius, Arcane Intellect's out, a Flame Strike, and a Firelance Portal. Won't be seeing those for quite a while. Djuka does not want to use Hex. He could use Maelstrom Portal, along with his weapon charge to remove the Arcanologist. Gets a Fire Elemental. Right? Yeah, Firefly, sorry. Fire Elemental is a thing that it produces when played. Uses another Arcane Intellect, filling up his hand with a Babbling Book, which he'll use immediately. Provides him with a Volcanic Potion, good against every single kind of, well, most kinds of totems. Will he go with Manatide Totem or Jinyu Water Speaker? Goes with the Manatide. Draws himself a Hot Spring Guardian. Up the top with 5 mana. Doesn't want a Polymorph. Goes with Cabal Courier, then probably going to hero power into the Firefly. Or he could use the Primordial Glyph to give himself a spell for later on. He's not worried about a big board building up just yet. Instead, he decides to use the Volcanic Potion, then prevent future card draw with his hero power into the Manatide Totem. Djuka, not caring about the value his thing from below could get if he waited a few more turns and used his Totemic Call to bring down the mana cost, calls out the 5/5 thing from below immediately. Firelance Portal, he'll have 7 mana next turn, so yes. Firelance Portal would have been, well, he can use it here. That's right, it would have only been 5 mana on the next turn. Because of the Glyph's effect. Brings down the cost of a spell by 2. Down at the bottom, Jinyu Water Speaker on this turn? No, he'll want to go with the Jade Spirit plus hero power. Start building up those Jades. Has no spells in hand, so decides to, well, he has Volcano, but +1 of Volcano isn't very good. Decides to play the Blood Mage Thanos for the card draw instead of the spell damage. Up the top, Marsius uses Cabal Courier. You might want to go with Thoughtsteal or Medee's Valet. He has the secrets to pair up with it. He's got to worry about overdrawing if he... Nope, he goes with Thoughtsteal. Frostbolts away the Jade Spirit in case he gets Spirit Echoed later on. Jinyu Water Speaker now gets full value if used to heal his face. Decides to use Jade Lightning, summoning a 3/3 Golem. Heals his face with the Hot Spring Guardian, then keeps attacking. With all the minions having 4 or less health, Flame Strike would clear the board, but does Marsius want to do that now or wait? He wants to wait until after he has this new weapon to play with. Medivh's on the board, could be hexed. Goes for the Jinyu on his own face. Maybe better to go with Hot Spring Guardian since he's got no weapon removal, so the Atish, whatever it's called, that will remain in effect. Flame Strike happens. What kind of 7 mana card will he get? Ooh. He gets a Giant Anaconda, which will then summon out possibly Alexstrasza. Not sure if he wants that. No, he wants that gone. There's a reason he attacked now. He doesn't want Alexstrasza called out. He wants to use it on his opponent's face or to heal himself. If this guy dies, it's over. He wants to bait out a Hex. Instead, Djuka uses Volcano, thinking there's no way he doesn't have Alexstrasza. Alexstrasza gets called out and then immediately hexed. Very unlucky Firelands Portal. Sorry, Flame Strike combo with Atish. Gets a 10 mana minion. He gets Sea Giant. Better than Cthulhu, not quite as good as Deathwing. He has nothing to Spirit Echo. He has no way of getting rid of this guy. He can Jinyu his own face, and then Spirit Echo it back into his hand. He's got enough to spend most of the cards in his hand. What will Djuka do? He had a bit of a stroke of luck with taking out Alexstrasza. But that Sea Giant is anything he can deal with right now. Goes for healing his face. He can bring himself back to 29 health. And then have 9 more health on the next turn. Nope, sorry, forgot the Lot's Mana Crystal. My apologies. Goes for spell damage, instead he gets Taunt. Not the worst result. Gets Angry Chicken, that is the worst result.
An incredible discovery!
Plays Meteor, then uses Hero Power to remove the Angry Chicken. Marsius going on with impunity. And there's Volcano. Volcano can immediately kill everything on the board. And uses Jinyu to heal his face. Close call. Marsius has a lot more options in his hand than Djuka has now. Gets Firelands Portal.
You can't hide from
Gives
me.
himself an Intrepid Reporter, I think. Sorry, Streetwise Investigator. Let's think of the other Grim Street guy. Gets a Thing from Below along with a Taunt Totem. Can use Thing from Below, but he can't use Spirit Echo with it. He might want to wait. He has only 5 mana. Locked up a bunch of crystals with Volcano and the Jinyu Water Speaker last turn. What will Djuka do now?
I wonder.
It's probably best that he just waits. If he uses Thing from Below, it'll get traded against and hero powered on until it's dead. He wants to leave it alone for now. Marsius uses Thought Steal, taking even more cards. Gets himself, it looks like, was that a Jade Lightning? Nope, Spirit Echo into Aya Blackpaw. Goes with Primordial Glyph. Gets Mana Bind and Frost Nova, probably wants Mana Bind. However, Volcanic Potion would remove any and all totems that his hero power could summon.
I want to cast the spell.
Marsius now has the upper hand. Djuka, looking for cards. Then does Spirit Echo. What will he draw into? He's looking for Aya. He gets Jade Chieftain, which will give him a 4/4 with Taunt, which isn't bad.
Golems are a girl's best friend.
You might want to polymorph the thing from below. Ensuring that it's not going to just disappear, but pretty much not be a threat anymore either. Instead, uses Spirit Echo. No, Djuka cannot destroy his opponent's board. If he did, he would overflow his hand.
Golems are a girl's best friend.
Thing below now costs 0 with all the totems he's gathered. Gets himself a Jade Claws. Can combo that with a Jade Chieftain for a 5/5 and a 6/6 with Taunt the next turn. Gets another Aya. Will he play it again? He's got to be careful though. It's going to overflow his hand if he trades right now without playing a card or two. Marsius still has 2 more cards to trade with. Does he want to allow the Mana-Tide Totem to live?
What to do? What to do?
Kills the Mana-Tide Totem.
You want to cast a spell? I want to cast a spell.
Keeps filling his hand though. He's got to be careful.
Golems are a girl's best friend.
Summons a 2/2. Nope, sorry, 3/3. I lost count because of the Death Rattle. Devolve. Good timing on the Devolve. He might want to do that now. He's got enough to play all the Jade Golem cards he could ever want. He's got to be careful though. If that is Counterspell, and we know it isn't, I think it's Mana Bind. Nope, it's just a bunch of ice blocks and ice barriers. He plays Devolve. He rolls the dice on the spell. Ooh, not good for Marsius. The 5 mana card he gets now is Faceless Manipulator. He only has 8 mana. He might want to use... He goes for the Mana-Tide Totem. He's hoping for a Taunt minion. He gets the Taunt Totem. This will overfill the opponent's hand. Marsius loses his first card.
My hand is too full.
Loses Volcanic Potion. Would have been amazing to take care of those totems, I guess. Yes, the totems would have gone away. This game is getting close. Marsius with still plenty of options. Has another Volcanic Potion right there. Gonna go with Cone of Cold. Freezing up the big heavy hitters on Djuka's side. Use Volcanic Potion to remove every other minion except for Mana-Tide Totem. We're getting close to the end of their decks. Djuka summons himself a 7/7 Golem with Taunt. Mana-Tide Totem is going to die. Marsius will likely use his hero power to remove it. He has 2 secrets and a Medivh's Valet. Uses Polymorph on the taunted Jade Golem.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
I think he's trying to make his opponent go into fatigue by leaving Mana-Tide Totem alive. Can't attack and just keeps drawing cards. Goes for another Jade Chieftain.
Warriors, come out to play.
Not sure why he isn't using Harrison Jones. He knows that Marsius will no longer have any more weapons. Rolls a 2 on the Gluttonous Ooze. And he doesn't want to draw any more cards anyway. getting closer and closer to fatigue. Well, then Frostbolt it to get rid of it entirely. Nope, instead he's going to trade and then Frostbolt the Jade Chieftain. Wants to make it so he can just hero power that thing away on the next turn.
I'm almost out of cards.
Still leaving the Mana Tide Totem intact. Will he Jade Lightning his own Mana Tide Totem? Fatigue might be the deciding factor here. He might want 2 healing totems. Instead, he's going to... Nope, he goes for 1 healing totem plus... He's going for a taunt totem. He does not get it. He gets spell damage totem instead. And that's the last of Djuka's deck. He can still bounce back a few cards with Spirit Echo. Very smart of Marsius to remove the Jade Chieftain. And so fatigue ensues. Spirit Echo will give him a whole bunch of cards. Still curious though. Does the mana cost for a Jade Golem max out at 10? I mean, we've seen 12/12 Jade Golems. Are they 12 mana? We know that Molten Giant is 25 mana, so definitely doesn't max out at that point.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
Appear the Marsius has this one locked up. Fatigue alone is going to cost it. Marsius has 2 ice blocks. There goes the first ice barrier. That's 30 life. It won't be enough. And so Marsius takes round number 4.
Well played.
It's now tied at 2-2, guys. Amazing plays by both opponents. Real swings on the random summonings from the Medivh weapon. This is it. Whoever wins this match wins the entire tournament. Marsius can no longer use their Tempo Mage. Djuka will likely use, yes, his Jade Shaman.
Malfurion.
I must protect the wild.
For Doomhammer.
Looks like Djuka, not the best opening hand. He'll want to lose Volcano, probably Hex, and Jade Spirit. He's looking for Jade Claws. Meanwhile, at the top, he'll want to lose Primordial Drake, probably keep Jade Blossom, Earthen Scales, not so sure about it, and probably want to keep the Jade Spirit after Jade Blossom takes effect. Djuka throws back the entire hand. What does he get? Ooh. He's feeling kind of angry at Mana Tide Totem for just drawing him into fatigue so much on the last turn. Not the Totem's fault. I've been mad at Mad Bomber forever. He knows what he did. Djuka gets Spell Damage Totem. Up at the top, Marsius coins himself into Jade Blossom, which will give himself 4 mana the next turn, starting this whole Jade train. Instead, he decides to swipe. He does not want more card draw for Djuka. Turn 4, he's going to probably hold off on using Jade Lightning. Going to use Maelstrom Portal, maybe his hero power. Doesn't need the spell damage, so he's not even going to bother. Weasel Tunneler. Haven't seen him in a while. Up the top, turn 5 goes with Jade Spirit. He could then innervate out nothing. There's nothing for 3 mana. Turn 5, he could just use Harrison Jones right now. his opponent will not get a weapon throughout the game. Goes for Jade Lightning instead, then trades both minions on the surviving Jade Golem. Marsius uses Jade Behemoth, gets himself a 3-3 alongside his 3-6 taunt. No need to worry about Meteor anymore. It's a race for Jade now. Whoever gets the biggest Jades the fastest wins. Marsius, turn 4, using Jade Spirit. He has no choose one card, so it looks like Fondral's gonna wait to be played. Marsius has clear board control. However, with Lightning Storm in Djuka's hand, he can turn it all around. Made sure to make a Spirit Echo of Aya before she dies. Trying to keep that board even. Still no choose one cards. Fondral will not be used very well. Marsius could play Aya. There's no way to silence the board on Djuka's side. So Marsius will try to
Golems are a girl's best friend.
take out the bigger threats. Marsius clears out the board, keeping most of his life lead intact. Nope, he leaves 1-3-3 alive. Djuka gets to devolve his opponent's board into much less satisfying results from Marsius.
Golems are a girl's best friend.
Djuka now to 5-5. Marsius has another Jade Blossom. Still no choose one cards though. Fondral is not going to be put to good use just yet. He's still going to hold on to him. For the Jade Blossom, we're up to 6-6, so they're about neck and neck in terms of Jade plays. He can Primordial Drake right now, but he wants to attack with the Kobold. Evolve Kobold? Yes, the Evolve Kobold. He has no spells, so he doesn't get any spell damage.
Time waits for no one.
Does Marsius have lethal? No, not yet. So 6, 11, 15, plus 1. That would be it. That is lethal. Unless there's some sort of taunt he can provide. He has to roll for 3 on the Song Stealer. He gets 3 on the Song Stealer. Trades it all away. Nothing adding up to lethal for Djuka's side, yet he has no bloodlust. So has to get a free hit on the taunt totem. Djuka down at the bottom plays Jade Chieftain. He wants to get more and more powerful Jade Golems. Trades more Golems against the other ones. Fondral finally coming out to play. Combined with Nourish, gives himself 2 more Mana Crystals and 3 more cards. Gets 2 Feral Rages and a Tar Creeper. Not exactly what he wanted. Goes for the 4 attack. But he gets both because of Fondral's ability.
Warriors, come out to play.
Another golem comes out. Djuka has decidedly pulled ahead in the Jade race. Marsius gonna use Wild Growth, trying whatever he can. Doesn't get anything too satisfying.
I got the best deal.
Plays the Gadgetzan Engineer. Gives himself a little bit more armor. Manages to get Swipe. Now, is that lethal? 9, 14, 22, 27, 29? Doesn't quite appear to be lethal. And no spell damage. Wait, we have J-Claws. And that's it. Djuka has won the game. Unless Nourish can somehow spell something new for Marsius.
Well played.
Will he play it anyway? Nope, Marsius knows what's gonna happen. And thus, Djuka has won. Congratulations to everyone else that played today. You guys can check out the bracket right here. You can see that Jack managed to win the fight between him and Lycamage for 3rd place, and Djuka has won the finals against Marsius. So that's all we've got to show you for today. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We'll be back in another month or so. Yep, there it is. Bracket fully updated. Congratulations to Djuka and to all of our other final placement guys. Thank you everyone for competing. We still have plenty of open spots in the tournament if you guys wish to compete. We're doing this again on the first Sunday of next month, which I believe is in June. Trying to remember what the first of next month is. June 4th. So June 4th, same time of day. Let's go to our standby screen and give our congratulations to Djuka. Djuka93. And that's how the stream happens. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the Arcana Gaming Arcana Cup for the EU region. We've done this once before to the North American region too. If you guys want to have that happen again, get in contact with the admins over at Arcana Gaming. Check them out on Facebook or Twitter. Their handles are right there. I've been Silverspud, the guy that narrates everything that's happening with the limited resources we have. So I'll see y'all later. Here's some Monster Cat to play out because we're on a 10-minute delay, and if I stop casting, it might cut off just at the very end of the final match. So I hope you guys like Monster Cat. I'm off. I can just get the channel running. There we go. See y'all later. Have a great weekend.